Good luck.
This crowd is in full effect, and it looks like every seat has an individual in it. Well, standing above it.
Yeah. David Fields, the third man in the ring tonight. Christina Contra and Jamel Herring on the call with you. Still a world championship fight. The WBC and WBO junior lightweight world titles on the line for Robson Conceicao to take home should he be victorious tonight. If Shakur Stevenson wins, the titles remain vacant and he heads up to 135 pounds. Conceicao donning the colors of his beloved Brazil. Shakur Stevenson repping Newark on his trunks with the blue and red. Stevenson the southpaw, and right away the Conceicao starts with that orthodox jab. Two very skilled boxers in the ring this evening with spectacular amateur pedigree.
Yes, yes.
Got
a gold and some medals in there.
Yep.
It's actually very rare that you see two Olympians from the same Olympic class, you know, in a championship bout, such as this one.
Shakur took home the silver medal in the 2016 Olympic Games at 123 pounds. Conceicao taking home the gold medal at 132 pounds.
There's that distancing, timing, and speed from Shakur Stevenson.
Shakur Stevenson, the way that he fights is that hit and don't get hit mentality. In fact, his opponents land just 5.5 punches per round, which is #1 in boxing, as he gets clipped there with a little shot from Conceicao. Patience, measured.
And watch your feet out there. They're stepping on each other's toes if you look closely. So they're both fighting for that foot battle.
Yep, that outside foot position is the ideal spot. When you have an orthodox and southpaw fighter fighting each other, they constantly are kind of stepping on that front foot, battling for that outside foot position.
I lost the heads too.
That happens often as well. Those heads coming together, sometimes cuts on the forehead as they both lean in at the same time.
Yeah, you can see that Conceicao, he leans a lot.
And a lot of that too is because he's also a counter puncher.
Yeah.
So when you're throwing, he's already thinking about where he's going to land that counter.
Next, yep.
Down to the body with the right hand from Conceicao.
Again, not much happened in this round. Definitely a fill-out process.
Shakur looks to land that same shot with his left hand to the body of Conceicao, but does not connect.
Good straight right from Conceicao.
Conceicao down to the body once again with that right hand. To the corner of Shakur Stevenson, his grandfather, lead trainer Wally Moses, Edward Jackson, Antonio Leonard in his corner. Jacob Stitch-Duran will be working any cuts. Robson Conceicao, his corner, Luis Carlos Correa, and his son, Miguel Diaz working cuts, and Andre Luis Nicolai in the corner. Chooses not to sit on the stool. They don't even bring it up to the corner. As both fighters are ready, and already waiting in the middle of the ring for the bell here on round 2. You don't see that too often.
No, Shakur makes you do that, because I remember myself doing that. I'm like, hold on, see you up, and I had to get myself like, let me get up real quick.
And I know we talked about this in the lead up, but you know, you having shared the ring with Shakur Stevenson, what is it about him that makes him so special? Why is he such a hard fighter to beat?
It's his timing. It's his timing and distance. Like you would think you're out of the way of shots, and he's still right there, you know, picking you off. You gotta watch out for those head clashes, though. But
yeah, when you fight him, you're both southpaw.
Yeah, southpaw is the difference, but yeah.
What do you think about this kind of lunging in to land that right hand? It's kind of wide.
I think over time Shakur's gonna pick up on it, because it's like, again, his big aspect is timing. And if Conceicao keeps continuing the same thing over and over, a smart boxer such as Shakur Stevenson, he's gonna pick up on those things and use it against you. But even now he's starting to move forward.
Shakur Stevenson only landing, one jab in that first round. Threw 15 of them to 8 jabs compared to Conceicao, but Conceicao and him nearly throwing the same amount of punches in the first round.
And I like what Conceicao is doing right now, which is keeping Stevenson busy and keeping him on his A game and his guard up. But he has to change up that speed. Because, again, with good timing, you can eventually start picking up on things, and that's when the countering starts to play in.
That stab, to the body with the right hand has been working so far for Conceicao. The most consistent punch he's landed through the first round, and now here again.
But he's reaching, and he's reaching far.
That's why I asked. I think that could be a point of concern if he continues to have that same rhythm, as you said.
Exactly. You don't want to fall in. You don't want to fall in. Like we seen in Shakur Stevenson's last fight with even with Oscar Valdez starting to fall in off balance, and that's when he got caught and hit with the knockdown.
Much of the action staying here at the center of the ring. Shakur lands a good body shot with that left hand, and then back up top once again with the left hand. Kind of a hooking shot there from Conceicao. Not a lot of these punches landing clean, but who really does on Shakur Stevenson? Part of what makes him special. Big shot there.
And I think it's safe to say that Shakur Stevenson isn't too much worried about Conceicao's power as well. But he's marching directly in front of him, like stepping to him.
Conceicao 17-1, 8 knockouts in those 17 victories. But hasn't really fought anybody close to the level outside of Oscar Valdez, other than Shakur Stevenson.
Is there a knot on Stevenson's head though from the head clash? It's just some swelling. I think you see a little knot.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jamel, and we'll get a better look at it here in the corner. But right above maybe the left eyebrow is a little, bump there. But they have Jacob Stitch Duran in the corner, probably, other than Mike Bazo.
Press that down.
Yeah, not too many better than that, working on any sort of cuts in your corners. We take a look at Conceicao's corner. If you're his trainer right now, what are you telling him?
Which one?
Conceicao.
I'm telling him he needs to change his speeds. He needs to change speeds. He needs to change gears. Everything he's throwing is the same speed. And again, I can't stress it anymore. When you have someone who's in there who's actually he loves timing and knows his timing and space, he's gonna catch you in between your shots. And also, Conceicao needs to stop reaching and falling over his lead foot as well. Especially when they have two different stances.
Round 3 scheduled for 12.
Both in the middle of the ring,
and already ready, much before the bell. Shakur Stevenson through the first 2 rounds landing at a 31% clip compared to a 16% clip from Conceicao. And you see in the 2 box there a straight left hand landed by Shakur Stevenson in that last round. Conceicao looking to go down to the body again.
Stevenson needs to do that as well, especially when Conceicao falls in and goes into high guard. That's when you come under the elbows and go to the body. Like that.
And for the first time action, close to the ropes.
And picking up.
And that's where the heads kind of came together. As you see once again, that shot on the right, which caused that little bump on Shakur Stevenson. And Conceicao now putting the pressure on Stevenson. Down to the body.
Stevenson.
Yep, down with the left hand. Conceicao complaining it was a bit low, but looked like a good shot with the left hand.
And at times, it seems like, Conceicao fights to keep you off him at times, instead of like setting things up. He pushes off his punches to mainly get you off him instead of actually, you know, putting something together to actually more effective. Now he puts things together. Good body from Stevenson. Made Conceicao, you know, grab his arm and tie him up. That was a good body shot.
And going down to the body again goes Conceicao. And when you have a fighter, an opponent that has struggled to make weight, you often see the opponent attack the body early.
Yeah.
Honestly, surprised he's not doing it more. He's just hard to touch. Sure, but I think it should be part of the game plan. But
everyone has their own way of thinking.
Yep.
And going about things.
And I'm not in there.
It seems like he's trying to look for a kill shot. Like you pointed out, it's too much head hunting and not enough body attack. And it seems like you know, you would think after everything, Shakur Stevenson wouldn't be, you know, fighting at this fast of a pace, but you know, he's pushing the fight.
Shakur down with the jab, and Conceicao with the lead left down to the body. Down with the right hand, and then a counter left hand from Shakur Stevenson.
He leaned over that front foot, didn't bring him back in time. Now he's on the defensive. And we're used to seeing mostly Conceicao throwing a lot of punches, pushing forward, and right now, you know, he's second-guessing, doing a lot of thinking instead.
Down to the body twice with the left hand goes Stevenson. And speaking of throwing a lot of punches, when you look at the CompuBox statistics for the last, you know, 6 to 7 fights that they've measured, Conceicao definitely does throw more punches than Shakur Stevenson does. In fact, the limit at junior lightweight for total punches thrown, he throws about 10 more than the limit. 56 is the average. Conceicao throws 67. Shakur only throws 41. The difference is he lands at a high clip.
Right. And even going into everything after yesterday, I would think that would be his game plan going into this fight. Overwhelming him, keeping him on his back foot, because you know, trying to cut weight takes a lot out of you, especially when you're having trouble making weight.
Right, yo, just don't get bored.
Round 4 scheduled for 12. The WBC and WBO junior lightweight titles up for grabs tonight for only Robson Conceicao. Just as a reminder, if Conceicao wins, he takes home the belt. If Shakur wins, the belts become vacant since he was stripped of the titles on the scale yesterday. Action in the middle of the ring as we start round 4. Shakur blocking a lot of these shots, but I respect the aggression to start this round from Conceicao.
Exactly, it's the attempt. You know, he's making the effort. He's trying.
It's just a little wide with some of these
shots. It's wide, and that's the problem. A lot of them are wide, so Shakur, you know, having you know, that good ring IQ in those eyes, he sees a lot of it coming long before he even gets there.
And he's turned him and connected with a few of those left hands as smartly Conceicao gets out of trouble up against the ropes.
It's only the 4th round, but it seems like the tide is definitely leaning a lot more and more towards Shakur Stevenson's way. And Conceicao kind of running like that. It's the same thing. The 1-2 falls over. 1-2.
And a slip there.
Frustration setting in.
The crowd, I mean, of course, thinking that it's a knockdown, and you can see Conceicao starting to hold, and his body language changing a little bit here, to your point, in round 4, Jamal.
That's the main thing as a fighter I look for, is all the body language.
You'd have to think that Stevenson is sensing that as well.
Oh yeah, of course. Which is why he continues to keep marching forward, even without throwing a jab. He's just marching forward, waiting for the counter.
Stevenson in a rhythm now here in round 4. Down to the body twice with the left and deflects the right hand from Conceicao. Good counter shot there.
Shakur Stevenson is feeling it.
Yeah, Newark is feeling it too. The temperature is rising here in the Prudential Center.
And we have headsets on, we can hear the roars and electricity in this arena. And it is loud.
Yeah, and they do not care that he's not walking out with any belts tonight if he wins. They just
came to see a show. Oh.
Right out the line and out of distance from that counter left of Conceicao.
But this is what I mean. Like, you could be right, he could be right in front of you, and but you throw everything at him, and you still won't be able to land. But somehow he'll catch you.
Oh, are they counting that a knockdown? He's giving him a count.
He's not arguing it though. He's not arguing it.
It was the end of the round, but the referee was giving him a count.
Quando você está encurtando a distância, você está clinchando ele, ele continua cortando o seu corpo. Se você encurta a distância,
and that's counted as a knockdown at the end of round 4.
Ele está balando o seu corpo. Você tem que ser mais rápido que ele.
We're going to take another look at that.
A esgrima e você primeiro. No clinch, se clinchar, se neutraliza os braços dele, ok? E tenta golpear o corpo. Esse abre com o dedo.
You gotta check that replay. Look at this replay. I don't know.
There was a body shot, and then he was holding and went down to a knee. But if you're going to issue a count, then you can't be saved by the bell. Then it should have been a full count and then a walk to the corner, and he didn't even do a full count.
We've seen a lot of funny things tonight in New Jersey, folks.
So that's a 10-8 round in round 4 for Stevenson. A body shot, counting the knockdown.
But again, Conceicao, he didn't complain about the knockdown, so he might have felt that repunch was legit.
And that's why he held, and eventually it went down to
probably falling on the way down.
Well, and you know too, obviously you're a fighter, that those body shots, it's a delayed reaction.
Yeah, yeah, we see it all the time. He's going back to the body now, Stevenson.
Oh, and there's a good shot from Conceicao, set up with the jab and then the left hand.
He's got to fight. And a lot of those shots from Conceicao, they're chopping down. There's like a slapping motion. Instead of turning him over, he's slapping and chopping.
And I feel like, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but we see that often with these guys that have really long amateur careers.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily always turn their shots over because they're used to the slapping.
That's true. No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. A lot of these guys who stay in the amateurs far too long at times, they keep that amateur style where they just want to score instead of focus on more of inflicting damage. And you can see Conceicao is frustrated right now.
Yeah, he does kind of, you know, it is a slapping shot. He doesn't fully get
he doesn't fully turn it over. Turn over those knuckles. And again, this guy's heavy-handed, so imagine what he would do if he actually turned his punches over.
You sensed, Jamel, the tide was turning in round 4. Shakur scores a knockdown at the end of round 4 with a body shot. And here he's continuing to press forward and carry that momentum into round 5. Conceicao backing up to the ropes, hands down at times. Not really landing much of anything here in round 5.
Just swinging, just trying to keep him off him. He's fighting to keep Shakur off him at this point.
In fact, taking a quick glance at the CompuBox numbers, he's only landed 2 punches this round.
Shakur complaining to the referee saying he's doing a lot of holding. Oh,
chopping right hand.
Nice counter, because you know why? He threw him so wide out, Shakur caught it and countered with the same hand. Another chop again.
Oh, a little low blow there. It looked like that lead left hand hit a little low from Shakur. No complaint, though, from Conceicao.
That's where he doesn't need to be at. Conceicao with the peekaboo hands up in front of him, because he's going to just be a sitting duck and a sitting target.
Explain what you mean by that.
I mean, when you put your hands up and you just look at your opponent, you become pretty much just a punching bag because there's not much you can do from that stance. You can't really counter and shoot off that.
Lunging left hand from Stevenson to end round 5.
And he bumps him in the end. And the slow walk from Conceicao out to his corner right now. Now he's using the stool.
Good observation, Jamel. For the first time in the fight, in between a round.
It's time to sit down and
He brought the stool in and he is sitting down. That's exactly right. Little tidbits that maybe the viewers can't see at this point. There's a beautiful Tiana, our top-ranked knockout, former Miss Nevada. There's a look at the little nick above the eyebrow there of Stevenson. And just like that, here we are in round 6. Christina Poncher and Jamel Herring here with you from the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. Shakur Stevenson landing 47% of the power shots that he's thrown, 36% of his total punches to just 15% of the punches landed for Conceicao through 5 rounds.
Again, it's those looping shots that it's not doing Conceicao much favor. He has to start throwing them straight and direct.
The shortest way from point A to B.
Exactly, it's direct, straight
line. And like a lot of the shots are coming looping from the left and right of Conceicao. Not many straight right hands, or left for that matter. There's a right hand that barely clips the body of Stevenson. That one to the shoulder.
And you can hear the power on these shots from Conceicao. They're just not hitting the mark like he would like one. Good body from Stevenson.
He has connected low sometimes with that lead jab, right?
I think Conceicao is pretty much, I don't know, he just looks a bit confused and defeated at times in there. Like he just doesn't know what to do with Stevenson.
He's getting a stern warning for the second time. Strong jab there from Stevenson.
Straight and direct.
Good counter shot there.
Good body shot from Stevenson. And you can hear those body shots from where we're sitting there. That's the crazy part.
Definitely. In these last few rounds, he has more into the body of Conceicao. Beautiful counter left hand from Stevenson.
But that's what I mean from earlier. You know, Conceicao, he's throwing everything at the same speed. If not, he's actually slowing down now.
Again with the left hand comes Stevenson. Conceicao smiling, but you know what that means, Mel.
I felt that. I felt that one.
Two of the best punches of the fight. Down at the belt line goes Stevenson with the lead left. 5 seconds left in the round. Beautiful finish here. Caught him with the right hand that time, and thankfully for Conceicao, there's the belt. But Crawford, Saquon Barkley in the building. Impressed with what they've seen so far. Obviously, Crawford very familiar with this, sparred many rounds as they came up together. Looks up to Crawford as a big brother of his, and of course he'd be sitting here ringside. And I hope to hear some news from him soon.
Hopefully, we all do. We all do.
That we are anticipating. And here's a look at some of those shots. There's the beautiful left
looping left hand.
And And then how about getting his head right out of the way of that counter left? I mean, you talk about it where you think you're set up perfectly for a counter, and he just ever so slightly gets his head just off the line and out of the way. Like a matter of not even inches, like centimeters.
It's the most frustrating thing I ever had to deal with.
Round 7, a dominating finish to round 6 from Stevenson.
Yeah, very dominating. Off balance. You know, because he keeps leaning over his front foot. He's falling over. Good stab from Stevenson.
Oh, beautiful left hand. I mean, some of these shots, they don't look like they're thrown with much force, but then it's still snapping the head back.
And we can definitely hear him, though. Oh, good hook from Stevenson.
Robson landing a right hand there to the body. Pawing with that lead jab. Robson doing better right here when the action's in the center of the ring. But blocked that one.
But it's only like 1 or 2 shots here and there. Yeah.
Sure,
but it's definitely a lot better from his last round for sure.
And those shots were at least a little bit tighter because he's working off the jab in the center of the ring versus looping these hooks while he's moving around the outside.
And he's keeping Shakur Stevenson, you know, defensive and actually, you know, on point and making sure he has to watch out for those heavy, because those are heavy-handed shots at the end of the day. A little frustration from Conceicao. Oh. Good body. It's target practice. Ooh, nice 1-2 combination for Stevenson. And again, when you know, Robson, it just 1-1, 1-2, 1-2, and that's pretty much it. You gotta put it together like we normally see him do, though. Normally he'll throw, when you're sitting right from him, he'll throw a barrage of punches. We haven't seen that tonight, though.
I agree. And
just 1-2.
I expected Conceicao to be the one to throw more punches against Stevenson. Stevenson is not the most active fighter. He's just the most, you know, efficient offensively and defensively, you know, in the top 5 in all of boxing. But looking at the numbers, Shakur Stevenson has outthrown Conceicao to this point. Yeah. And that's just not something many people expected through 7, or what we normally see.
And like you pointed out, Conceicao is known for throwing more punches than the average, you know, junior lightweight in this division.
Correct.
Throwing 10 more. 10 more punches.
And Shakur throws 12 less. But this is why you fight the fights.
Yes.
Taking a look now as they total up the CompuBox numbers through 7 rounds. Shakur Stevenson has landed 50% of the power punches that he has thrown. 39% of the total punches for Conceicao. 15% of power punches. 13% total punches landed. 13%.
I mean, we can't be surprised, like you said. That's just how most of Shakur Stevenson's fights play out.
In Shakur Stevenson's 18 professional fights, he has only been outlanded twice in 115 professional rounds. He outlands his opponents 1,716 to 576. Nearly 3 times the amount of punches that he lands as opposed to his opponents. And these are facts.
Yeah, numbers don't lie.
Round 8 scheduled for 12. A knockdown scored for Stevenson in round 4 near the bell from a body shot. There's a body shot there with the left hand from Stevenson. much adjustments being made from the Conceicao team and from the fighter himself. You mentioned it before, kind of one speed, one dimension, one style of punches. Not a lot of uppercuts, not a lot of body work.
No.
I mean, actually, 4 body punches total thrown from Conceicao.
And he's normally, he throws a lot. He throws a lot to the body in his past fights. Because he'll break you down the body and then come back up top to finish it off. The combinations, for the most part, from what I've seen in his previous fights. I mean, he's trying right now, and I give him that credit. He definitely hasn't given it up.
There's a body shot.
Oh.
Stevenson answers back. There's a good right hand landed from Conceicao.
That's what they do. Take that little step back, get some space.
And Stevenson getting frustrated now, jawing at the ref as Conceicao continuously is kind of laying his body and, you know, holding on Stevenson, now turning his back almost and gets clipped with the shot, but it's protect yourself at all times.
You're absolutely right. The referee said something about it. You got to protect yourself at all times and watch where you're at.
And right now, he just seems like he's kind of like flailing and laying his body everywhere.
He's trying to muscle him. That's what he's trying to do right now. He's trying to muscle him and frustrate him.
And I mean, I do think it is frustrating Shakur because Stevenson, because he is jawing at the referee.
He's talking to the referee, yeah.
But he's also the type of fighter that when you make him upset, it's just going to turn it up a little bit more. I don't think doing that is going to get him away from his game plans.
Like he's pointing out, it's going to make him mad. And here he is now. Here he comes.
Just 10 seconds left in round 8. I feel like, you know, this is a round that Conceicao offensively took off.
Ooh, yeah. Try to use more of a mind, you know, more of a mental game plan there, in my opinion, trying to frustrate him.
But this is also what we're used to seeing from Conceicao before. It would be the latter rounds that he would oftentimes fade. Did it box around, you know, against Valdez. We've seen it in some of his earlier fights. He went to prove that theory wrong in his last fight against Martinez and did box a solid 10 rounds in that fight. But here in round 8, not a lot being done offensively.
I don't want to say that he packed it in early, but like you pointed out, I mean, not much happened in that round from his end.
Round 9 begins, and Conceicao, in your opinion, Jamel, got to pick up the work rate.
Yeah, got to. But you also got to give a different look. You know, you got to give a different look. Even if he picks it up, he's still fighting the same pattern. So you got to give Stevenson a different look and something to keep him guessing. Nice job from Stevenson. Nice check hook as well.
There it is again. Caught him right behind the ear with that lead right hand.
See, watch the foot placement. But all it does is basically he uses that check hook to bring him towards his left hand to add another shot in at times.
He's looking to attack the body on the inside there with the right hand, something that we thought that he should have done a few rounds ago, going back to the body.
There's kind of a slap right there from Conceicao. Nice 1-2 counters from Stevenson. And again, from Conceicao, it's pretty much the same thing, the 1-2. See how this one goes.
deducting a point. They're going to deduct 1 point from Shakur Stevenson for throwing Conceicao down on the hold. So that's a point deduction here in round 9.
Let's look at it again.
For the extra, for the tilt over. So automatically, even if Shakur wins this round, it would be a 9-9 round, not a 10-9 round.
Because he's winning the round, though.
The round, and then you minus the point.
Yeah, pretty much. Now, if Conceicao can come out and win this round, it's a 10-8 round in his favor.
Correct. And that would negate the knockdown from earlier, but he's still likely down heavy on these cards.
Absolutely.
The same thing is 1-2. It's jab, right hand.
It's like he's
jab,
swimming.
Right
It's like he's swimming because he's constantly reaching out there. Oh. 1-2. Again. And it's a slapping. It's a slapping right hand coming. It's like again like he's swimming. He's chopping down. Stevenson's talking to him right now. Nice counter. Because he's seen it. He's seen it from a distance. He's seen it from a mile away. Again, he sees it. Nice punch. Nice right hand for Conceicao though. He's like he's swimming. 1-2. 1-2.
No, you know what? Fuck it. Before I come to do, I fight him fucking.
Round 10 starts with a looping right hand from Conceicao, and that stab, at least it changed levels on it at that time, threw it down to the body. And then got a right hand in on that combination as well.
But he threw more than one. He threw more than 2 punches. He gotta let his hands go. Oh, just got caught with throwing just 2 punches.
And those slapping shots.
Yeah, I turn it over.
And Shakur Stevenson definitely picking up on that. Landing the counter there, lunging forward to land the left. But
1-2.
it's becoming extremely predictable.
Yeah, very predictable.
And it's not working.
No.
I understand it being predictable. I understand you throwing the same combinations. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when your opponent is not picking up on it. But again, if you give him the same look and read at the same level, meaning the speed and timing, it just makes it a lot easier for Shakur Stevenson in there.
And I think I'm just slightly disappointed because I know more of what Conceicao's capable of doing. I've seen him, throw better and more variety of punches than what I'm seeing tonight. But it speaks to the level of Shakur Stevenson and his ability. He's making you think all the time, so you're doing what's automatic or what you're comfortable with.
Absolutely. You can hear Conceicao, corner urging him just to do more in there. Good shot to the body.
The body
with
the right hand.
Good counter. And again, the shot is too far. It was too far wide, which allows Stevenson to throw it directly down the middle with his left hand.
I will tell you this though, Conceicao has taken some good shots from Stevenson. And aside from the one knockdown at the very end of round 4 with the body shot, I mean, he still continued to kind of stand right there and try to engage. Like, those are some strong shots.
The referee is kind of about time to talk to Shakur Stevenson right now. Again, that 1-2, he's out of the way. 1-2, he's looking for the counter. Now Shakur looking for the counter, you see? He's looking for the counter because he's timing it. And Conceicao, he's just reaching. 1-2, you can predict it.
Shakur Stevenson heading up north now to 135 after this fight. Do you think in these last 2 rounds, like let's say if he does get a stoppage, that you think it's in his head to make any sort of statement on his way up to 135? Or
truth be told, I just think his skill set alone has already made that statement. I mean, long before he even thought about moving up to lightweight, you know, he's made that statement because those guys know that eventually he's going to make his way up there, and his skill set level makes it a difficult night for anybody.
There's a lot of big fights to be made at lightweight for Shakur Stevenson, and I'm looking forward to his future. And that left hand has now landed twice in a row, and that's a beautiful shot.
And he's actually throwing an uppercut from a distance because he knows Conceicao he's gonna lean in and to challenge it again with the left hand. But he knows he's gonna fall in on his punches. Every time he throws his right hand, he falls in with it. So all Stevenson has to do is just sit back and wait for his opportunity. And right now, he made Conceicao hesitate to throw that right hand again because he got caught by throwing the right hand and leaving it out there. And right now, Stevenson just having, you know, target practice. Anytime Robson, you know, shoots, he's countering with something. Oh.
I mean, he's landed about 3 of those in the first minute and a half of this round with that left hand that have just been flush.
Yeah.
And he stands right there. He almost has that front lead foot planted, moves out of the way, and counters without even having to really shift his feet side to side.
It's something that's crazy to watch. It's amazing, but it's still crazy at times. Nice counter. See some blood fly off that shot. Oh. Put him in and in. Knock him off balance.
Once again.
Now he's going in for the kill.
He's winding him up as you see Conceicao a little unsteady. Conceicao now, there's got to be a sense of desperation as he looks to counter to the body. But standing and posing and waiting to counter is not going to get the job done. Hasn't worked so far, and now he's got 1 round left. He's got to be getting busy.
Conceicao saying he doesn't want the stool, but the team trying to urge him. Listen, we gotta get it together.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is 5 credentials center.
Oh, that's the last round? Yo, bro, who the man? That's right, baby. Go do this. Yo, watch the pool of shots, all right? Okay? Got it? Yo, have fun, baby. Be great.
Minutes left for Robson Conceicao to fulfill his dreams of winning a world championship. And Shakur Stevenson, if he does win tonight, makes his way up to 135, and those belts then become vacant at 130 pounds. He would not walk away with the titles should he win tonight, losing and being stripped of the titles on the scale yesterday, coming in over the 130-pound limit.
He'll keep that though.
He will, and that's...
And that aura of him being a huge threat, moving up, for sure. But yeah, it definitely sucks that he won't be fortunate to keep his titles after tonight.
And it'll be interesting to see how that works ranking-wise, moving up not as a champion.
Right, absolutely.
Down to the body with the left hand, Conceicao in his corner. Looking to go for it here in round 12. And he's looking to hit a home run with that right hand.
Gotta try.
More of the same as their feet come together. There's a lot of stepping on them.
But if you look, Shakur Stevenson right now, he's sitting back and picking him up because Conceicao is actually doing all the work for him by falling, lunging, and Shakur all he's gonna do is just sit back and pick him off one shot at a time, every time. He's waiting for it right now. Good shot to the body from Stevenson.
Conceicao gave it a valiant effort, but Shakur Stevenson, you can just tell the way he frustrates his opponents. I mean, it was evident midway through the fight with Conceicao's body language, being unable to land punches. Yeah. He didn't have another gear. He didn't have another game plan. We didn't see another adjustment from him.
Minute left coming up. Let's see how they close the show.
Stevenson pressing forward with the jab, combination off the hook now. Conceicao holds a little elbow in there as Stevenson peeks through the ropes there. Slip. Seconds left to go in the fight, and Conceicao with the 1-2. High guard. Shakur with the jab, sensing he has this in the bag. Yeah. The clapper at 5 here in New Jersey, not 10. And this fight is over. It has gone the distance. Shakur Stevenson and Robson Conceicao goes the 12 rounds, and I mean, again, dominant in terms of the numbers for Shakur Stevenson.
Absolutely. Great performance from Shakur Stevenson.
After 12 rounds here inside Prudential Center, we go to the judges' scorecards for the Bud Light Celebration decision. Lynn Carter has the bout 117-109. John Signorile has the bout 118-108. And Steve Weisfeld has the bout 117-109 for your winner by unanimous decision, Shakur Stevenson.
Your winner by unanimous decision, Shakur Stevenson, now 19-0 as a professional with 9 knockouts. Winning almost every round on the judges' scorecards, but did have a point deduction and a knockdown. 117-109 on 2, 118-108 on the other.
And it's crazy, even with the deduction, I don't know where he lost a round at, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, 2 rounds on 2 of the judges' scorecards, 3 rounds. As he is standing by with Bernardo Osuna, you're going to hear from Shakur Stevenson, likely talking about what's next at 135.
Bernardo Osuna alongside Shakur Stevenson, undefeated, improves to 19-0. Wasn't the way you expected it coming in. What was it like once you got in here to a record crowd of 10,107 fans who came to see Newark's own Shakur?
I just want to start off by saying I want to thank God for putting me in this position. And without him, none of this would be possible. But I had a long week. I killed myself to make weight. All I wanted to do was come in here and perform, and I did everything I could to do that.
How were you able to set that aside? Because I know you're big on social media. Did you even check? Did you even care what was on there? Because I know you get motivated, but it also can be a detractor for a young person like yourself.
Now I'm locked in. Tell everybody stay over there where they at. If they want to go to a different side, hate me for growing or gaining weight, that's on them. But if anybody got a problem with me, tell them stay where they at. I'm gonna keep going up.
You are gonna keep going up. You just sent a message to the guys at 135 pounds. What was that?
I'm just a dominant individual. Even with me versus him and the ref, I did everything I could to try to beat him up as much as I can. He held me the whole night, but I did everything I could.
Why was it so hard to get him out of there? It seemed like you had an opportunity. You told us in the fighter meeting, after 6, I think I can go get him, but he withstood your onslaught.
I think that he was doing a lot of holding whenever I got to the inside. As soon as I get on the inside, he'll grab me. And I think that was part of the reason, but other than that, he real awkward and he real tough, so he know how to survive.
Now talk to me about what this crowd gave you this evening.
They gave me enormous amount of energy. I love Newark, and I appreciate Newark for coming out here and supporting me. I love y'all so much. Without y'all, I wouldn't be who I am, and I'm gonna keep working hard for y'all every day.
What do you think about Conceicao taking this fight? He could have walked away from here, taken his money, and not stepped into the ring.
Respect to him, but I mean, everybody want that kind of paycheck, so I feel like the paycheck was part of the reason. They could say whatever they want, but I respect them for taking the fight still, but the paycheck was part of the reason.
Your style tonight, you were combative, you were in there, in the pocket. What were you trying to show?
I was trying to fight. I wanted to fight. I wanted to stand there and beat him up, and he kept grabbing, holding. He didn't really want to fight. I wanted to fight.
135 pounds, you're in there now. Names like Haney, names like Cambosis, Loma, Tank, what do those guys mean to you?
Shout out to all my Puerto Rican fans. I love y'all too. I appreciate y'all for supporting me and taking me in like I'm one of y'all child too. But other than that, everybody at 135 got to get it.
Who do you want next?
Anybody.
You were a champion. You stepped on that scale a champion. You stepped off that scale no longer a champion. So there's only one champ right now. Who do you want and when do you want him?
We got to fight the champ. Set it up. Me and Devin, we can lock in. After he fight Cambosis, let's get it on.
He's got Loma probably after that. Is that a fight that interests you if he's able to get past that?
I'll fight Lomachenko too.
All right. And just finally, this week was difficult. What did you learn about yourself?
That I'm tough. Even through my hard times, I still find a way to push through. With everything going on, I pushed through the whole time, and I kept it going. So I learned that I'm real tough.